Beyblade.
When blading with Beyblade X, put the stadium on the ground and keep a safe distance after launching your bay.
Hi, this is Kosaka of the Beyblade development team. Beyblade! Today, what I want is to share with you some great tips on how you can launch your bay well. Here's someone who will teach us bay launching techniques. Come in!
Hello, everybody. I'm Master Blader Horikawa. Beyblade! In today's video, I will share with you some tips about how to launch your bay properly, for you to learn it really well and feel comfy while playing. It seems strange to say this at the beginning, but basically, to be very honest, the way of launching your bay depends on each person.
That's understandable.
We only hope that if you watch this video, you will learn new things and find something useful from what we teach.
Okay.
In this video, our intention is to cover from beginner to intermediate techniques. So if you are just starting out, or if you just started out recently and want to get better, you can watch this video so that you will learn these techniques or improve the ones that you already know and become an even better blader. All right, let's start. Here it is. First, let's go over the basics of how to launch a bay.
Okay.
You need to pay attention to three things. First, keep your body low. Keep your body low towards the stadium. And then, after doing this, what you need to do is to keep the hand that is holding the launcher or the grip as still as you possibly can. You have to keep it still. Hold the launcher or grip hand still. Now the pulling hand. It's not about pulling hard, you need to pull it fast. And then launch it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Looks nice. The bay was in a level position and then it just dropped straight down. If it were to land at an angle like this, it can fly off with such force that it collides with the wall. The key is to drop it from a level position so it falls straight down. Well, let's repeat the previous 3 points. First, lower your body, keep the hand holding the launcher still. And then with the other hand, pull it fast but not forcefully. If you pay attention to these 3 points, the launch will be very stable. So start with these as the basics. So everyone, please, give it a try.
Same principles apply to string launchers. Let's go! 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip!
Now we will move on to the intermediate techniques.
Intermediate level.
Yes! So this is for people who want to have a stronger launch and become a better blader.
Yes!
I would like to explain the string launcher and the winder launcher separately, as they are 2 different kinds of launchers. First of all, this is a string launcher. It has a shape like the letter I, as you can see. I prefer the I-shaped version. This is fine. But making it into an L-shaped one is fine. You can use both. You can choose either configuration that you feel more comfortable with. Winder or string launchers, they both share the same principle. Like we mentioned before, what is really important is that you pull it fast. Okay? Do not pull it forcefully. You just need to pull it fast. But there is a correct technique to doing it.
Oh, I'm curious.
So the point is to relax.
Relax!
What is really important for us to understand here is that power is not needed at all. For instance, if you tightly clench your fist like I'm doing here, and you move your hand while it is clenched like that, it will be slow.
It will be difficult.
Strength makes it slower. So please be completely relaxed. If your muscles are relaxed, you can pull faster. Your muscles and joints can move faster when they're not tensed, to improve the quality of the launch.
I see.
That's why you need to take advantage of this when launching. Okay. The next thing that we are going to see is the snap.
The snap.
Yes, this means launching by snapping each of your joints.
Okay.
It's common to see other bladers, for example, at events, stores, or other places. We can see each one of them. Most of the people, the way they hold it, it's like this. Well, there are many ways to hold it. The point is, well, this is my own way of holding it. Holding it from the bottom like this feels good to me.
Like pinching it from below? Yes.
This kind of grip is surprisingly weak. So, you bend your finger, bend it.
Yes.
Bend and hook it.
Only up to the first joint
Bend your
of
fingers
finger.
up to the first joint and use your thumb to hold it down. Hold it like that. It's a form where you don't put much strength into it. And from there, we're going to launch it. And then this arm movement, I see many people move their shoulder like this. I see that so many people are pulling only from the shoulder here, the way I'm doing right now. Do you see? Actually, there are 4 places that power can come from: shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Those are the places where power comes from. If
Okay.
you launch a bay using only one of them,
I see.
it's harder to generate power out of it.
Because the other three are not used.
Right, not used. Only the shoulder is used. So instead of that, we need to properly use the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and the fingertips. Like this. Do you understand this sequence? Okay. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips. Oh, you hold it like this. Pinch and pull. If you master this speed, do you see how fast it is?
Oh. The movement's just this small.
Yes, it's just like this, but it's crazy fast.
It's very fast.
This speed. If you master it, look, I'm going to launch it.
Okay.
Just like that. Well, if we go by launch power, it's roughly 10,000.
Yes.
And that's just from this sequence of movement.
Really fast.
Yes. From the shoulder to the elbow, wrist, and fingertips. If you are aware of this flow, it is easy to generate power. Like this. This one is just the shoulder. Just the shoulder. Shoulder and elbow. Now the wrist and the fingertips. In case you're wondering, this is how I practice the snap at home.
I'm curious.
When you hang up the mattress.
Right.
When you hang your mattress out to dry on your day off, you dust it, don't you?
Yes.
Like this, bam, 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 bam. This snap with your wrist. You try not
Dust.
to make the mattress move too much and you go bam, bam, bam. If you do that, it can be a very good way to practice.
Yes.
Other than that, well, this is limited
Yes.
to string launchers only, but you have a certain length of string. You have to know the length of the string, as I did earlier. Like this. Can you tell from the sound it makes? I'm not pulling it all the way to the end.
Indeed.
Not pulling all the way to the end. Close to the end of the string. I know how long the string is, so I maximize its power.
There's no hitch happening when you pull it all the way
If
to
it
the end.
hitches, the launch will be shaky, and the bay will not drop straight down.
Yes, yes.
The key is to fully understand the length and then pull it quickly and firmly, just the way I am doing right now. I see. Lastly, this is pretty hardcore. Still
Okay.
an intermediate, but almost
Yes.
advanced level. So, the gear. You need to feel it and simply pull. You need to communicate with
The
the
gear.
Gear. The gear
Yes,
inside.
yes. This.
Basically, this is... When you launch a bay, you can feel the weight of it.
Okay.
So you need to imagine this. If you pull at 100% power, by doing so, you will be putting a stress on the gear, like this. Worst case scenario, your power doesn't get transmitted into the gear and weakens. It's possible that the gears
Yes,
slow
yes.
down and power won't be transmitted. I think it's the same with bicycles. You start out in a lower gear, the lighter gear, and as the speed increases, you shift to a higher gear.
Yes, gradually.
Let's see it. I'm going to show you here. At the moment when you pull, I think it's at the level of a fraction of a second or so, but you put a gradient. I want you to put a gradient into the way you pull it.
This.
So at first, you pull it slowly and gradually increase it to the maximum speed. Like zing.
Increase the speed like a curve. Yes.
If we go by the sequence, from the shoulder. When we're at the shoulder, it is still slow, and then elbow, wrist. And then you arrive at your fingertips, it's like zing! You do all these in a split second, and by doing this, you'll see that the gears will properly turn, and the power will be transmitted
I
to the
see.
bay to ensure a successful launch. This is something for you to consider on your own. So, you need to feel the gears inside your launcher, and then do the zing. Gradually increase the power the moment you are launching your bay, and I am sure that you will become an even better blader.
I see.
Everyone give it a try. Yeah, so I guess those are all of the
yeah.
4 points. Okay. You don't need to
Yeah.
use strength at all.
Relax.
Relax. Then, second point. Okay, the snap using your joints. Pull it with a snap.
Okay.
Okay. The third is to know the length of the string.
Okay.
And the fourth one is to communicate with the gear. By being aware of these 4 points, you can improve your launch skill. Please, give it a try at home and I'm sure you'll see great improvement. Next, there's the winder
Yes.
launcher.
Yes.
Yes, you can use the winder launcher in, basically, the same way as the string launcher, which I mentioned earlier in this video. Remember? So, the point is, you need to use your joints to launch the bay. This way. Do you see the way I'm doing it? That's basically it. Rather than pointing it straight out in front of your
Yes,
body,
yes.
you need to open it up. Open it up.
Like creating an angle.
Yes. Point it at an angle like this. It makes it easier to launch.
Yes, yes.
And position it at the center. This. And then you pull it to launch. Make sure that you are aware of your shoulder, elbows, wrist, and fingertips. If they are properly used, you can make this very powerful launch. By the way, once you are able to do this kind of launch and you are improving your launching skills, usually this kind of problem or mistake
Yes.
happens. What I mean is, as your pulling motion gets faster, your power also increases. When that happens, now let's go. Let it rip. Did you see that? Right after launch, the bay hit the stadium's inner
Yes,
wall,
yes.
like crashed into it. Well, I did that one on purpose to show you. Look, it bumps along at the front.
Yes, yes.
The bay tends to jump into the same direction where your launcher is pointing. Yes, but there is a way to make it drop straight down.
Yes.
As I said earlier, we need to keep the hand that is holding the launcher still. And as I have
Yes,
told
yes.
you, most people just hold on to it really firmly. Hold it firmly here. This is basically correct.
Yes.
However, if you hold on to it strongly, if you try hard to keep it in place, when you pull the winder strongly, there's a knockback force that moves
I
your
see, the
hand.
hand
Your
moves
hand
the
moves the opposite direction. That's the reason why my bay bounced off to the side before. Let me put this simply. Basically, you want zero movement on the hand that holds the launcher.
Yes, yes.
So when you pull the winder and launch the bay, you need to pull your hand back a little.
You pull it towards yourself.
Just a little bit. Like, move it for around the length of your fist, or maybe half that. This depends on your launching power, so it really depends on you. How far you should pull it varies depending on the power you're using. Pull it a bit when you launch. And just pull the winder. Doing so will result in the kickback force from the launcher and the force from your pull counterbalancing each other. So the launcher will
Yes.
stay in place. If you pay attention to this, the bay will drop straight down. I did a little pull just now. You need to adjust it depending on how much power you use. And then you pull your hand a little. So if you use more power, you need to pull back your hand further.
I see. I see.
This is something that you can only learn through practice. By practicing, you will be able to drop the bay in your desired position each and every time. This is the unique characteristic of the winder launcher. So give it a try.
BEYBLADE.
Wow, I think today's video,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that just by watching this video, I have become a much better blader. That's what I feel.
Well, you can only get good by actually practicing, so
You
I
are
would
right,
like to
yes.
encourage you to start doing so.
Yes.
Yes. The only way to become a stronger
Yes.
blader is through practice.
By battling other bladers.
Exactly. If you battle with many people, you will learn about their methods and habits.
Yes, yes.
You can compare yourself with others and so on, so I really recommend it.
Yes. I think we have talked about beginner and intermediate techniques today, but is there
Yes,
an
yes.
advanced level as well?
Yes, there is an advanced version. So this is going into more hardcore skills.
Yes, yes.
For example, what I've just taught you here today was just about the upper body. Just about how to
That's
use
so,
your upper
isn't
body,
it?
or even just your shoulders.
From the leg.
In reality, we can go as far as generating energy from our legs. To the waist, to the back, shoulder, then to the elbow. It is a movement that is firmly transmitted power to the arm. Other than that, there's also battling on the ground or battling on a raised platform in events. There are several variations of the battle arena's
Yes.
height and how you can deal with that by using your lower body.
Yes.
Something like that. And I wanted to add that there are very detailed techniques for those who are interested in reaching higher levels. So in the comments,
Yes, yes.
or when we see you at events, we look forward to, yes, at a later date.
Now that is something that I am looking forward to at a later date.
For now, you can just watch this video up to the intermediate techniques and then polish your own skills.
Yes.
Nowadays, people say that a strong launch is everything. So what I wanted to
Yes,
ask
yes.
you is, how can we really learn these skills when we're practicing at home?
I think to be able to start with a strong launch is one of the most important parts.
Exactly.
Still, there are many other factors to consider, such as customizing your bay, what bay your opponent is using, where to drop the bay, how fast it should spin, and many more.
Yes.
I think it is necessary to do a lot of research on those elements.
Really, Kosaka is quite good at this. By the way, maybe it's too early to say what I'm about to say, but there are various other details, like for example, the optimum rotation speed by changing the rotation angle, and many more.
Yes.
I hope to follow up on these points and communicate them through our Beyblade YouTube channel and other events. If you think this video was for you, please click like and subscribe to our channel. To be honest, I think all of you can learn a lot from watching the videos in this channel. Please do so.
See you next time.
3, 2, 1.
Let it rip.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.